damn it. I have to do it like this. Do. Hey, Breezy.
Hey.
I'm trying to set everything up. Okay.
I subscribe, so I'm getting the link now.
Okay.
When it comes up, it just comes up on my phone.
Okay.
Awesome. Hey, I'm really excited. Fuck her. Like, forget stupid people. Like, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. That's why I just had to delete people today, because they keep going on and on and on about how horrible Biden is and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, I can't handle this anymore. You know, like, I don't know. I guess we do the same thing about Trump, but there's a big difference there, I find. But
all right, they're talking about politics.
Yeah, I don't want to talk politics. But anyway, here I am being dragged into the muck. I just don't like people being so argumentative. I just want to get along, be peaceful. Everything's so divided nowadays, you know?
Are you in the chat?
Okay, let me go on. One sec. Bye. I'm going to try to add a hashtag. I figured out how to do it on YouTube. There's a YouTube link on how to do it. I was just looking at. So I might be able to add them into the chat. I don't know if that's possible.
I don't know.
But that really gets you. That's how I have so many followers on my Instagram. It's because of hashtags. And someone told me how to do it or something. And well, I read about how to do it. And then I did it. And that's why I have it. So
there's people in the chat waiting to get readings if you want to do readings.
What?
There's people in the chat waiting to get readings if you want to do readings.
Oh my God. Okay.
Bye. I'll do free oracle readings and you can do the free tarot.
I mean, hi. Hi, you. Okay. So, let's do quick YouTube. I don't know why I'm like so behind. I feel like I'm so behind Becky.
I can't hear you that well.
Putting you on headphones.
Okay, are you in the chat? Taylor? Taylor? Taylor, we can't hear you. Like now we can't hear you. What happened to you? Alrighty. Let's try this.
My phone turned off.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay, now do you hear me?
Yeah.
Wait, now do you hear me?
Yeah, you're kind of low still.
Do you have music on?
No, I don't.
What that music sound?
I don't know. Talking
this is
to the
Facebook.
phone
I
because
can't
you're really
stand it.
low.
You can't hear me? Okay.
Okay.
Now do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, Hannah's first. Hannah? Oh gosh, they're just coming at me. Okay, everyone subscribe. If you like, subscribe. Okay. God. Talking to the phone?
Yeah.
Okay, now do you hear? Okay. So I got 3 of them. Okay, so Hannah's first. Okay, Hannah. Gosh. Okay, perfect. So, breezy, you're maybe 4th. Okay. This is hard. Okay. Wow.
Just take your time and focus on one at a time.
Okay, this is prime time. We need to come on now more often. Forget Sunday. We're going to make it Wednesday, Becky. This is like, holy cow, out of nowhere. Yeah, just drop the question. Yeah, exactly. That's the way to do it. Okay.
See if there's any way to turn this up. No, you're up all the way.
Okay. Okay. So this is our Wednesday reading for Hannah. What can I expect in the next month? So Miss Hannah, we have the 7 of Cups. So go ahead and prep that one, but Miss Becky for me, my helper. So Becky is, I asked to do today, and Becky nicely switched the schedule for me. Thank you, Becky. I wish everyone was as accommodating as Becky. So 7 of Cups this is something from the past affecting you now. So that's the main thing that you're bringing from the past. And then there's going to be 8 of Cups, the 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups, and the Chariot in that order. So 7 of Cups is the past. So it's a card of choices and fantasies. You have a lot of choices going forward, and indecision will prevent you from going forward into the next month. This card should indicate you need to shake things up in order to recognize the path you could take. So in order to look forward, you have to begin somewhere. And this is what it's saying. And if you're asking about the next month, you have to realize that you're going to have to choose at some point. So don't get stuck. Because when we get stuck, it's bad things. So 8 of Cups is letting go and moving on. So taking time alone to contemplate one's emotions and decide if leaving is the best route. So the present is probably the most important in the next month. So we're not looking far in the future, we're looking the next month. And this is a card of spirit quest, leaving behind, retreat, travel. So you're going through changes. This is a card of changes. Not every card is so big in terms of, it just screams changes. So I would say definitely change. Don't get stuck. Don't get stagnant. Something's going to be coming for you, Miss Hannah. I feel it. I feel it in these cards. You got 7 of Cups and 8 of Cups back to back. That's like, holy cow. It's practically screaming that something's going to happen. And Chariot, this is something in the near future. So momentum, confidence, self-discipline, control. So when you're asking the next month, I'm looking at present and future the most. And it says it's time to take control, stay focused, don't get thrown off course. Forego short-term gratification for long-term accomplishment. It is also a travel card. So I'm saying maybe there's a traveling of some sort or a changing, but even if you're in the same place, it could be traveling in terms of doing something different. So I'm seeing something significant coming in your life. I would say be open to it, whatever this is. What can you expect? Change. That is fully the answer, I would say. It's not going to be stagnant. Okay. Do you want to do any, Becky?
Hold on.
Do you want to prep any of them? Because I've got 3 on deck here. Actually, 4. Done. Okay. There are 4 readings. Okay, you're prepping that. 3 many. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So if you want more in depth, Hannah, Becky will do that reading for you. Is that right, Becky?
Oh, quit being a chicken shit, Taylor. Just take your time.
Okay, well, you can do, if anyone wants a second reading, okay, well, what about that? I'll do the first readings. If they want a second reading, you do it. Okay. That deal? Help me! God save
All right,
me.
who's up next? I think Breezy was here first. So, will my BFF Tosi get approved for unemployment benefits? I'm helping him get approved, but hopefully it goes through.
You want to do that, or do you want me to do that?
Now, I don't know if the tarot is going to exactly answer that, but I will see what comes up.
I'm going to try to do it out for you. Meanwhile, we got Sun, go ahead and ask your question.
I'm doing Breezy. Taylor, I'm doing Breezy.
Okay, I'm telling her to go ahead and type it so we can get these people at least get their questions out. Jaw, you're on deck. After Breezy.
There we go. Hold on. The Tower and the 3 of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is a good omen for what you were asking. So I would say according to the cards, it would be a yes. But what the cards are telling me, Breezy, is that there was a devastating, something happened. Something happened that was devastating. A tower moment. And the goal is some kind of teamwork. And you're asking about the person being approved for benefits, which the Ace of Pentacles would be kind of an indicator of something financial. And the Ace of Cups would talk about emotional fulfillment. So I guess just to answer your question, it looks like a yes. And I'm sorry this person's going through something like a tower moment. Okay, Taylor, go ahead and do Jaw.
Okay. I am prepping Jaw right now. Okay. I'm turning you up. Okay. So, bring it back in that one. Okay. Jaw, your turn. We got the Magician in the past position. Oh my God. This is the card of the day, Becky. And this isn't me re-putting it in there because I happen to use a...
Dude, I had a card of the day the other day. So, what is it?
We have then the 8 of Cups, which we just had in the previous reading.
All right, let me find it.
And that's really rare to be getting it in the same position like that.
All right. Let me find it. 8 of Cups.
This is kept coming. Okay, I gotta remember, if I'm doing that, I have to put this out, because you said that to me, and I was like, unaware, Becky. Okay, are you getting those ones?
Okay, 8 of Cups, then what else?
So it's the Magician, the 8 of Cups, and then the 2 of Pentacles for the future.
Okay.
So we have for the Magician is the past. So that's it gonna be so looking at Ja texting you back tonight. You've got personal power, intention, will, resourcefulness. So it's saying start gathering the resources you need to meet your goals. And it's the very nature of the question is, will S text me back? So you have done that. That's what's affecting you. You have texted S in order for S to be texting you back, right? So you have aligned your intention and action, which is what this card is saying. So this card is basically saying you have done what you need to do. 8 of Cups is the present. It signifies spirit quest, leaving behind, taking space, retreat, travel. It's letting go and moving on. So it could be changing homes, leaving a relationship, quitting a job, going back on a trip to find yourself. So it usually means someone's tired of feeling disappointed. This could mean that he or she will not text you back. And if that's the case, it might mean that you got to buck it up and move on. If S does text you back tonight, then I guess that would mean this could be the start of something. And it could also mean that you have to kind of go within and realize that regardless, you're going to have to still pull from within and go forward in your life, regardless of whether S texts you back or not, if that makes sense. 2 of Pentacles in the future, adaptability changes, multitasking, play. So you have a lot to deal with, and you deal with it in ease and grace. Like a juggler in life, we sometimes have to keep more than one ball in the air. It may be the case that someone's doing a lot of busy work in order to ignore overwhelming emotion. This card could also be telling you to follow the money. Okay? So you might need to move in order to take advantage of more material responsibilities. Okay, so that's basically saying that I see a lot from this card because of the question, that it's saying kind of that you need to be focused on not just this question, but everything around in your life. And regardless of what they text you, you have to remember to balance that with your own life and your own needs. And this is something I have a lot of trouble doing. So I'm not trying to be like seem judgy or whatever, right? It's more just like, you know, we're all one. This is one night in a life full of people texting us and all these things, and just kind of let it be. Whatever happens, I wish you the best and hope you enjoy the reading. Like, subscribe, and if you want a second reading, Becky will do that for you, or I will, whoever's turn it is. I'm just trying to share the reading. Your turn, Becky.
Okay. Who was next? Let's see.
Breezy? No,
I think Sun was next. Go ahead and keep doing them, Taylor.
What?
Keep doing them. Get
Moonstar? Do you want to do her?
Do Sun. The question is, what advice for me in regards to my current workplace?
Okay. Sun. Current workplace. Do you want to know anything more specific, or do you just kind of want to keep it
vague. If you want to add anything more, I can kind of use whatever information you provide in the questions. I can kind of try to help use it and see what the cards are kind of speaking in terms of that. But work, that gives me at least a little bit of idea. We're not talking about romance. We're talking about, work stuff. Okay. And interesting, the first card I got was death. Death.
Okay.
Sounds like kind of where I say with the devil, the card sounds worse than it is. I wouldn't freak out instantly. The Q is like, 2 each. 2 at a time. So maybe second. We're each doing 1 at a time. Because, we got to, shuffle and everything. And so we're doing 2 at a time right now. Death is our first card. And then we have strength and page of swords. So death, strength, and page of swords in order.
Okay.
And I'm trying to read them also so that we can all get a handle on it, because if you're at home, you can do, figure it out from that. But death is about ending, closure, regeneration. So it shows utter transformation. It's time to get rid of what's no longer useful. You're after Josephine White. But you have to seek closure before moving on. If you've been feeling stuck, this is telling you have to look around you and decide what to let go of. So you're asking about your work situation. I would say that since this card is coming up in terms of work, it means that you might need to let go of something, or you have let go of something, because this is a path. Strength is currently you're moving on from something and going in survival courage mode. So it's time to pull from within. This is in the present, and this is your current time right now. You have to work on the part of yourself that putting away your animalistic desires. So what that means is kind of, we all like to be comfortable. We all like to have, comfort in our workspace, in our personal life. But sometimes we don't get that. You have to open up spiritually to the fact that we're not always going to get what we want. We have to be open. If there's conflict in work, you have to face your adversary with love and compassion. You have to work with them. You have to work with clients. You have to work with coworkers. You can't take everything personally. I know I have trouble with that. Be the first one to say. I mean, a lot of this stuff, it's like, well, I wish I could, but I can't, But, exercise can help. But a lot of things, sometimes you got to pull from within. And nothing is going to help that for you. And so that would be the biggest part of the advice I would say, is pull from within. And then the Page of Swords is the future. It shows thoughtful, curious, intellectual students. So what I see from that is that you will become more thoughtful if you put in the strength and you pull from within. Because it's really only from coming from within that we gain that understanding and we gain that scholarly kind of attitude, until we take risks or we can't get to that truth. You have to go through in order to get there, kind of thing. So I see strength and Page of Swords as being major in your life right now. Okay? Thank you. Do you want to do one, Becky?
Yeah, I'll do Light in the World.
Light in the World, Becky is doing it. I will do, I am prepping Moonstar if you're still there.
Okay. All right, so the question is, your neighbor's creeping you out and you want to know what his intentions are.
And if you want a second question, Becky has been typing it. So you have to go onto that PayPal if you want to do a second question. And often the second question gives you more understanding.
All right. Neighbors creeping you out. Okay, then. For intentions about your neighbor, I would say that they're feeling left out in the cold. They're feeling abandoned by you, rejected by you. And it's not exactly saying what their motives are, but it seems that their motives are deceptive and sneaky, or perhaps they see you that way, that you're being deceptive and sneaky towards them. Cards can't say right straight out what exactly this person's motives are for sure, but it looks like with the Seven of Swords, it's not good. And with the Ace of Swords, that usually comes out when somebody has something to say to someone.
Okay, I can't
Like
right now.
they want to communicate to somebody.
Yeah, I know where that is.
So their intentions is to communicate
Sometimes,
something
yeah.
about
Okay, I'll come next time.
feeling left
All right.
out in the cold or feeling deceived by you, or perhaps that they are hoping to speak to you and deceive you some way. I hope that answered your question, Light. Okay. And then next is Josephine's son. Taylor, are you still there?
I'm still here. I'm doing better today.
Okay, Josephine's son wants a reading.
Okay, can you do hers? I'm doing Moon Stars.
Okay.
Okay, I got you Moon Star here. And by the way, the more descriptive the question can be, the better, I often find. Do you want to put this one up, or do you want me to just read it? Whatever you want to do.
Do it, and I'll put it up.
What? Okay, so this reading is the Hangman, and I hope you guys like the presentation. Like, subscribe. We're trying to do this very 2 at a time way today because it's been off the hook for the last half hour. So we have Hangman, Moon, and Two of Wands in that order, and order makes a difference tonight because I am doing past, present, future. I think Becky is too. I've been kind of just paying attention to the readings I have to focus on because it's pretty quick. And Moonstar, you're asking about Patrick. So you're bringing forward surrender, new perspective, waiting, sacrifice, release. The greatest benefit will be had when you are able to let go. Don't try to control. So in regards to Patrick, it's regardless of what happens, regardless of how you take this or whatever, it's going to happen. Sometimes we want things, we want it so much with a guy, but it's not going to happen. You got to let that go because it's just not going to happen with that guy. It's not going to be that guy. It's going to be another guy, right? And that happens all the time. We want, but you can't always get what you want. Well, that's the Hangman for you. You have to surrender. And so that's the path that's coming forward. And sometimes our past make us who we are. So Patrick's come a lot of different lives before now. He is who he is. You're not going to change that. Moon is the current. So it's talking about the unconscious shadow self, intuition. It says you may be hiding something from others or yourself. Someone also may be hiding something from you. You have to understand more before you act. So what that would mean is you have to trust your intuition, but you also have to get a full perspective. He might be not telling you the full truth. You might not be telling him the full truth. relationship, that's part of it, is you have to get to know each other fully. What are your deepest feelings telling you about this situation, about Patrick? I say trust your gut. And the moon is pulling from that trust your gut feeling right here in the middle of the reading. And so I would say trust your gut. That would be my biggest advice on this situation. And then finally, we have Two of Wands in the future. Threshold, planning, choice, potential contemplation. You're at a point where you have the power to choose. You're going to have the power to choose pretty soon. What that means is, and that would probably mean that with Patrick, you're going to reach a crossroads of sorts. And you're going to have to decide maybe whether to go on with the situation, regardless of what's happened in the past. Is he still worth it? Or he might have problems with you. I don't know. The point is, you're going to reach some sort of choice, and you're going to have to make the choice, Moon Stars. So I think basically you know yourself. If you want more information, you're going to have to do a second reading. But we're trying to give free readings because we're not just trying to make ourselves popular. We're trying to give you guys a little taste of what it's like. And this basically really shows you the key here is that moon. And yet at the same time, you're going to be facing choices, and you're going to have to really pull from within and realize that you're going to have to make those choices regardless. It's not going to be an easy walk. I'd like to say it's going to be easy, but it's not going to be easy. It's going to be work, and you're going to have to be fully exposed. You're going to have to show that dark side of the moon. Not a dark in a bad way, just the hidden side, right? So anyway, thanks. Your turn, Becky.
Okay. Josephine's son. Could anyone be
Am I
kind
doing
enough
better
to tell
tonight?
me? Let's see.
I feel like people have been liking it.
Hello,
Yeah.
I've liked and subscribed. Could I please have a reading?
I see Asia
My
there. I'm going to
boyfriend's
press
best
you,
friend.
Asia.
What? Okay, she wants reading on her boyfriend's best friend.
Becky is doing Josephine.
Is
All
he
right.
trying to hit on you? Okay, and this is Josephine's son.
I'm trying to follow two different things right now. You're doing Josephine?
Yep.
Okay, I'm doing Asia right now. I'm trying to get the question out.
All right. Is your boyfriend's best friend hitting on you? I would say no. The cards are not indicating any type of romantic interest or any type of flirtation. If anything, he's kind of looking for what's out there. But when it comes to you, it seems like he feels like there's conflict surrounding you and your boyfriend, and that is upsetting to him. So no cards of romantic interest come up, but it does show that he is angry and upset. And that's how he feels towards you and your boyfriend. Okay. Asia
Did you
in.
see that? What she said in the chat, Becky?
What?
She said he's being really creepy.
Huh. Well,
She
the
said
cards
thank you.
show that it's anger, like he's anger and heartbroken. So I would just like leave him alone, stay away from him. Looks like he has asshole intentions. Okay, is Asia next? Taylor? Lucy? Taylor? Taylor. Everybody's waiting for you.
All right, the next one.
Yeah, Asia.
Okay. Yes. Asia wants an in-depth. So, yes, Rev Jar. We're going to do it. Yeah. We're going to do in-depth for you. Go ahead and go on to paypal.me Rev Jar, and I will do an in-depth reading for you. Yes. Did we have anyone else we missed?
Asia was next.
She said in-depth. Or now I don't see. Yeah. Okay, I hit this accidentally. How do I do this? Yeah, so basically that PayPal is the way to do it. And with that, we will do a full reading, and it will be the way I like to think of the full readings. We're basically having, because of the demand right now, we're having to do kind of mini readings. They're not really what we would do on a normal night. But this is a super busy night, so we're kind of having to go quick.
Okay. It sent and it notified for once. So ready when you are, Taylor.
Was it?
Ready when you are.
Okay. So was she doing an in-depth? Is this for Asia?
Yeah, this is an in-depth.
She went ahead and did it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got you Asia. We're going to do your in-depth reading here. And I'm going to go ahead, because you're asking about Brandon, so we're going to do the relationship spread. And basically there's two parts to relationship spread. And yeah, I will do this on every in-depth reading that has to do with relationships, because it's best to understand the partner and you, okay? So the partner in this situation has 3 cards. You have 3 cards, and then 1 card kind of consists of both of you, okay? So the ones the partner has is 7 of Swords, High Priestess, and 5 of Wands. So 7 of Swords, High Priestess, and 5 of Wands.
Sorry, I was sending you the thing. What's the
Okay.
cards?
No worries. So it said 7 of Swords, High Priestess, and 5 of Wands. Now, I look at them kind of all the same, which is not the traditional way. The traditional way is you look at them each individually, kind of conscious level. But what I prefer to do, which is, like I said, the way I do it, I look at them kind of grouped. So this is all concerning you. So most importantly, the 7 of Swords is saying your conscious level has to do with the strategy, gathering information, breaking agreements. And so sometimes manipulating in order to get our way is what's called for. And that's very interesting that this is coming up in terms of you, because you're asking about, Asia, something that has to do with someone. So you're deceiving about Brandon's emotions. So I'm going to have to look specifically at emotions. This is coming up in regards to conscious level, but yeah, this can do with the emotions too. So you might have to, be a little bit cautious. The thing I like to say, you're talking about a guy here. You have to let them come to you. You can't be always acting easy. What I mean is, you have to be. I'm not saying be a completely. No, I don't want you or something. You have to. Your actions have to align with your intentions. But at the same time, the minute we seem like easy or just taken for granted, I keep saying easy, but what I mean is like there has to be a challenge with any person. That's what makes life. It can't be just like, okay, I want you. Okay, here you go. And so think about that in terms of Brandon. He has to want you. And that's an important side of this. And Swords is a challenge. It's about challenge. It's also saying meditation, trust your inner wisdom, spending time in solace, paying attention to your dreams. Notice synchronicity. So spend time in meditation so you can hear your own inner voice and inner wisdom. That's important. You have to want to be clear. You can't want to be frazzled. You have to honestly want to be emotionally stable in order to be emotionally stable. And that's a big part of this, is that in order to understand Brandon, you have to be in the right head, the right frame of mind. And your attitude, it could be, there's going to maybe be conflict. And so this is your behavior. So you can't hold on to ideas for the sake of just having ideas. You have to be willing to compromise. There could be petty hassles, but you have to be willing to negotiate and cooperate. So the card that came up, and that's the 5 of Wands. So the card that came up in between was the 9 of Cups. So wishes coming true, feeling on top of the world. You're going to be feeling really good really soon. So that's really important. That's the relationship situation. That don't come across as smug, though. It's saying, Asia, you're saying he's blocked you everywhere. So that shows that, considering this is the relationship situation, and you're saying that he's blocked you, that's saying that there could be a change in that situation. The fact, I'm not saying there is going to be, because I don't want to be I'm not claiming to be telepathic. I am just claiming that this is a very good card then to be getting in this situation, the 9 of Cups. Because that means that you blocked him. Oh, he's blocked. Okay. So based on his behavior then, you might there might be some mending in that department. And that would be possibly good for both of you, So the ones that came up for him are the Fool, the High Priestess, and Pentacles. And the fact that the Fool came up for him and you blocked him is kind of funny. No, but it's saying trust, innocence, open mind, beginning. So the fact that it's coming up about his thinking, he could be a little bit, it shows his head looking in the clouds. Can 9 o'clock be self-fulfillment? I will answer that because we are on the in-depth. Yeah.
Hey.
So, yes, wish fulfillment. Exactly.
Taylor.
So,
Taylor.
that's what I'm saying. It's kind of saying that what you hope for might happen. I'm looking more at what his cards are because I don't want to read too much into that without seeing his situation, if that makes sense. High Priestess, inner wisdom. Trust your inner wisdom. He has to, but this is his mind. So he has to be, he's getting the same thing that you're getting in that same position. So that means you guys both have to do the soul work. Yes, healing and letting go. So there, it could have been he hurt you, right? And you have to go within and see how much of that was his intent and how much of that was maybe him being stupid, you know? And I don't want to read too much into it, like I said, but the emotions he got with Ace of Pentacles, time to strike in your roots, to ground and center your body and be building the foundation. Maybe telling you to spend time in nature. Both of those cards for him is saying that he needs to go within more. You guys both need to go within, obviously, in order to repair this. If anything's to be, you're asking about Brandon. You're not just asking about any Joe Schmo. So you're saying it's his ego is way too much. It's doubling down here. That's saying that because he got the Ace of Pentacles in addition. You only had one going within card. He had two. So that's saying that he really needs some soul work. He needs to, in order to invest in the future, he needs to strengthen his roots. He needs to center his body. He needs time in nature. He needs, and the biggest thing it says, it's an 8. This is a seed that must be nurtured. He can't just treat like, oh, it's just going to happen willy-nilly like a fool. You know, he has to not overlook the gift that he's been given. If you do manage to talk to him or whatever, he needs to recognize that it's an opportunity because you haven't blocked, right? Depending on that will probably mean what's going to happen in the relationship. The getting the wish fulfillment might end up being closure. I don't know that because I haven't seen how he's going to respond. But what I'm trying to say is you're going to get what you want in this situation eventually. And I think he will too. But you guys have to kind of go within and figure out what's the best path forward. I hope that helps. Okay. Becky, your turn.
All right.
Good. Was that one good? I thought that one was really good. That was the deepest reading I've had in a while.
Yeah, it was deep.
And I know we've been doing short ones today, but that one was like, wow.
That was long.
I felt like it was dripping out of me, the meaning, you know?
Okay.
Anyway.
Jeebus,
Okay, your turn.
Jeebus asks, will I pass the ICS exam? Now, I don't know if the tarot is going to actually answer this, but I'll see what comes up.
Yes, he asked a specific question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and Orion, you did too. I'm going to prep yours while Becky's doing that one. And if you guys want more in depth, you have to go on Becky's PayPal. So.
No.
Please like and subscribe.
All right.
I hope that was good, Asia. Good. Perfect.
I did not. All right. For Jeebus, about the exam, it's talking, what comes up in the cards for you doesn't really speak loudly saying exam. It does talk about clinging on to love in the past and needing to find structure. So if you've been clinging on to a personal situation in your life, you need to turn that around and find some structure and discipline when it comes to passing this exam and studying and doing the work that it takes to ensure that you meet success. So that's all that's coming up in the cards for you. I hope that resonated. When I see the Emperor card, the Emperor tells me, when it comes up for advice, it talks about needing some structure and discipline. So I hope that helped. Okay, I think Orion's next. Orion, then Cheryl, then Camille.
Yes. Thank you, Becky. Keeping track over there. Yes.
Okay, did
Yeah,
Orion...
so we're doing two at a time too, by the way. So you just go on here if you want a full reading. I'm just getting really happy for full reading we're like being worn out over here. Are you okay?
Taylor.
You want me to do Orion? Yes.
All right, Orion asks, has my landlord's been using a psychic and rituals upon me? Now, there's no way to really answer that with a tarot reading, but what we can do is maybe get advice for you to see if there's been anything deceptive.
And my first thing would be and tell me if I'm wrong here, Becky, but my first thing I would say is don't be paranoid. No, but I don't know if that's the right answer, but like at the same time, I mean, we like any number of things could be happening to us at any moment. Someone could wish, but if you're getting a gut feeling that they don't like good for you, that would be a thing I would say, trust your gut. If someone doesn't like you, like how many times do we get gut feelings that someone doesn't like us and they don't like us, So that's important to keep in mind here. But I drew the Knight of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Empress. So in that order, it's past, present, future. And we're having the Knight of Swords in the past. So this is probably the least significant of these three cards because we're looking at present situations. But this is also maybe the more important one in this situation is the card of rationality, and exploring, philosophic, debating. Is idealistic, but he doesn't let his feelings drive him. So I would say in terms of this reading is use reason. Don't jump to conclusions. It could just be they don't like you. And that's not a bad thing. We're not, and I mean, it's not a bad thing, but you could be picking up, on him just not liking you. It may not be that he's seeing a psychic or anything like that. I'm not meaning to be a doubter. I'm just trying to say, I thought someone was doing something like poisoning. I haven't thought anyone's poisoning, but I thought someone put something in my food one time. And then I thought about it and I was like, well, maybe they didn't put anything in my food, but I can swear they don't like me, And I realized that, our minds can kind of go 1,000 places and go to like crazy pretty quick. I know I do it all the time. I think guys are cheating on me. I think, any number of things. But sometimes it could just be the simplest thing of, no, they don't really, like you, but it's not anything serious, like they're using psychics or, going, you got what I'm saying. They're not out to get you or not, I'm just trying to provide some reason into this reading. Two of Pentacles, this is your current situation. Multitasking play, we have to keep more than one ball in the air. So when they're doing a lot of busy work, they could be, so this is coming up in terms of the landlord. So it shows that they're pretty busy. They might not actually be that focused on you. So, and also in terms of this reading that, try to stay busy, try to notice. Sometimes when we're the most busy, we notice things out of the corner of our eyes. Those gut feelings, those instincts can be, and though we may drop the ball sometimes when we're multitasking, like we've got 3 different readings in here right now, we're trying to do them all super quick, but sometimes we get very clear clarity. And my gut right now is screaming out of this reading is that they might not be doing that, but that doesn't mean they don't like you, or that doesn't mean that something won't happen. So try to pay more attention to less what they're doing to you and what they're feeling about you, and try to get a read on what they're actually, their thoughts are on you. I would say that's the more important thing to look at, and not whether or not they're seeing a psychic about you. The Empress is, because honestly, that doesn't really have, that's not going to have much bearing. What's going to have bearing is what they actually do. The Empress is, be sure to nourish yourself with whole foods, indulge in your senses, celebrate your fertile, sensual self. Your mother or the general principle of mothering may be significant. So this is coming up for you. And, it's the card of creativity, sensuality, nurturing. So remember that this is your home life. So you're a taker of your home, and you have to be safe in your home. So most importantly, remember that if you're going to live there, you have to get along with them. You have to rely on the landlord to keep your place safe. You have to be able to trust them, and you have to know if they can be trusted to treat you correctly. And you have to figure that out. That's the biggest question. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but that's what's most important here. You have to get a clear read on that. Hope that's good.
Okay.
That's
Cheryl, are you still with us?
What?
I'm asking if Cheryl's still here.
Okay, cool. You're doing Cheryl.
Do you have a question?
Okay, so Cheryl's doing her question. I'm going to do...
How does John feel about you? Okay. Has there been conflict? Because when the 5 of Swords comes up, that usually tells me that arguments have been going on. and that there has been conflict, there has been harsh words, and usually when it's like, how does somebody feel about me, and the Five of Swords pops up, that usually pops up when somebody's angry towards somebody. The Fool is a card about new beginnings. So coupled with the Five of Swords, that tells me that they're looking for a new beginning. And with the Four of Pentacles, usually when that comes up in terms of how does somebody feel about me, the Four of Pentacles usually says that the person feels that you are needy and clingy, that you're clinging on to them in the situation. So it looks like he wants freedom from this situation, and that, yeah, he's angry. My advice to you would be to give this person their space. They're not in a good mood. All right. You're welcome. Taylor, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Camille's turn.
We're actually catching up with the queue, sort of.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Okay.
Did we do Jesus? We did Jesus. Camille, we are including you. Have you asked your question yet?
Yeah, Camille said,
Yeah.
I'd like to ask how MK is currently feeling towards me. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Becky, because it's sometimes hard to keep up a little bit. I'm like, is this Brandon? Is this not Brandon? Which Brandon is this? And I keep getting ahead of my Brandon from work. Currently feeling towards you. So that's a present situation. So I'm going to do something a little bit different on this one. I'm going to do a...
Taylor.
Yeah.
Make sure to talk into the phone. It's kind of going out again.
Oh, sorry. Camille, because I like you a lot, I'm going to do something. I don't know you, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a 2 card here because it's specifically asking current. And I'm not going to go delve in the past and the future when you're asking about the current. So I'm giving you double your money here.
Double your free reading.
More, you can pay $5. But no, I'm going to focus on the present. I got you 2 cards. 6 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. And the reason I said like I'm doing this is because I really want to focus on the current. And there's 2 sides to the current. And the first part of it is transition, mental healing, retreat, support, moving, travel over water. When this card appears, you're moving away or planning to move away. Damn. So it could not mean that you are physically moving. It could just mean that you are going away on a trip or, taking a break, or it doesn't have to mean you're like breaking up. It just has to, or going somewhere. It just has to mean you are in some way moving. And it's a time of transition, and change is often difficult. Yeah, there's that word. Transition, changes. So we are always in changes, and some changes are bigger than others, and we're more aware of them. But we're changing all the time. When you look back, you don't realize how much you've changed in 5 years, 10 years, and that's kind of scary. But at the same time, we're always changing. So change isn't a bad thing. We have to be open to change. Sometimes we have to leave somewhere in order to get something new. A decision has been so long-term plans. You have to set things in motion. You know what you need to do, and you have the confidence to do it. So when you're asking about this specific situation about you're asking what they're asking is specifically. I can give you a full in-depth reading, but the thing I would say,
Taylor.
currently feeling towards you.
Taylor. Taylor.
Yes.
They say that they can't hear you.
Okay. Sorry. Currently feeling towards you. It could mean that, that there is going to be some sort of break or a time break. It could not mean the ultimate break, but it could mean that you need a little bit of time to figure this out. That's kind of where I'm getting the impression, because you're saying, are they leaving me? So that's your first question there. And it could indicate both of your cards. So the Three of Wands is the second card, and it could mean travel. So it could just mean a temporary break, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means that growth is certain. Long-term plans, setting things in motion. So whatever that means, wherever you guys are going, whether it means you're going to get more serious, the main thing is you're going to be changing, and you have to accept the changes. If you want more in depth, I can give you a full relationship spread, but that would be 5 to 10, depending on the size of the spread. But I definitely get the feeling that there's some changes in the air. We're not going to be where we were a couple months ago, right? We are going someplace different, and that's probably why you're here asking this, is because you sense that there's change coming. Otherwise, you'd probably be at home doing something else. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Hope that helps.
Okay, Grana, if I say that wrong, I'm sorry, but drop your question. No, wait, hold on. I think I skipped somebody. Juju, drop your question. I'm sorry. All right, Juju, if you're still here, drop your question. Wait a few moments on that. Okay, good. It's so hard. Like, I know, like, there's people who have names from different cultures and backgrounds, and I just want to make sure that I'm not completely butchering anybody's name. All right, Brianna, go ahead and drop your question. I guess Juju left.
Are you doing Joanna? That's the one you're doing?
Brianna.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Brianna.
Juju never.
I'll do Pearl.
Okay. Will they get a job and move out by the end of March? Yay. Let's see what comes up for this. Is employment and moving in the cards. Employment and relocation. Employment and relocation. Five of Swords. Oh, come on. Interesting. Well, we're asking about employment, but what's wanting to come up is talking about relationships. So, in terms of work, have you been having any conflicts with other people? Because it talks about in, I guess, what's coming up for you. The cards are wanting to talk about that there has been conflict surrounding you and that you will be walking away from drama and conflict and just like hurt words and nastiness, and you will be finding friendship and possibly love. I'm going to pull more for you. In terms of work, you should be getting a new job and moving out. Okay. Yeah, it's still talking about conflict and romance. So whoever is on your spiritual team, they're not wanting to answer the question about a job and moving out, but they are talking about love coming in for you and you moving away from drama and conflict. So if you have had any conflict or drama with anybody, it's advising you to get away from it. That was kind of a weird little read. And see, that's sometimes how this works. Like, when I ask questions, even for myself, sometimes the cards will want to answer what they want to answer. And it's like, well, I'm not talking about that. I'm asking about this. But they have a message to get across. And this one was in terms of relationships and getting away from drama. Seems like what the cards found most important to mention. All right, Taylor. I did with my family, but I can't move from them unless I move out. Oh, so that makes sense. So your family is causing you the conflict. And so in terms of will you be able to get away from them, I would say with the Eight of Cups, that would be a yes. So I guess that does answer your question very well, that you will be able to move away from that. All right, go ahead if you're ready, Taylor. 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 Taylor.
Okay.
Okay.
My turn. I was waiting for this question. Did she ask?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I never saw the question if she did ask above, and so I wanted to make sure she was there still. Okay, cool. I kind of like it when you wait and ask it too, actually, personally, Pearl, because I lose the
Can't hear you.
I know you're not interested in that. It helps me out even. Helps me organize it, because then I'm going as it goes. So I'm going to give you didn't want to meet last time, but what does that have to do with Juhi? I love your question. P.S. This has been my favorite question of the night. No offense, other people, but just the very in-depth nature of this question makes it a little bit more able to come up with information, because it's like, okay, well, you're going here with this. What does that mean? So since this has to do with the past, I am definitely going to do a past, present, future here, because this is a time situation. And it's also asking about Juhi, and we'll get to Juhi. But right now,
Taylor.
sorry if I butcher the name. So these are the three
Taylor.
cards, Baxter. I haven't called you that, I think, on the podcast yet. We have names for each other because we know each other outside of tarot, and so we have names. We have other nicknames. Please subscribe, everyone, if you are listening, because you will want to know when we do our free night. And we don't have a set free night. We just sometimes are in the mood to do a free night. So that's the way to figure out about the free nights. And also, because all the prices get affected on a free night, not just the free mini reading. So anyway, and that was a butchered thing as well. Okay. So we have the three cards here. 2, 3, and 6. No, 3, 3, and 6. 3 plus 3 equals 6. So that's how to remember these, Becky. So we have the 3 of Pentacles.
Okay.
3 of Pentacles.
You kind of going low again.
Oh, the third card is the Empress. When it says 3 up there, I think it's going to be a 3. The Empress, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles. So it's a Pentacle reading. So what that means is we're going to be this is something from the past. So you're asking about the past, and I'm going to look at this one. Why didn't they want to meet? And it's saying assistance contribution. People are coming together to make something happen. You are using what you have to make a profit. The intentions are beginning to come into fruition. Interesting. And then the Empress. Nurturing creative sensuality. Your abundance to feel nurtured. You be sure to nourish yourself with whole foods. Indulge all your senses. Connect with nature. Connecting with the creative, empowered people to enhance your creative spirit. So basically what this is saying, they didn't want to meet last time. I'm not going to answer that specifically. If you more in-depth reading, they are $5 or $10, special tonight. But I would like to say that the general principle of mothering is important right now. So what that means is you have to look at this creatively. You have to look at this in a nurturing way. And it could just be that they didn't want to meet. What would mom say? Oh, it's okay, hon. You weren't feeling up to it. And I'd say that's basically the way I would treat anyone not wanting to meet, because we're going through tough times right now. And a lot of people are going through tough situations. We're not able to be. A lot of us are laid off. A lot of us are having job issues. A lot of us are having life issues, COVID issues, whatever. And I would say don't try to maybe take in that it seems like it is coming together. You're asking about this H. H might be into you. You might be into H. I get the impression that it's going to go to somewhere. And there's this Juhi. Could be Juhi was another interest. You're asking about Juhi. Maybe you're getting maybe your gut is telling you that they're interested in Juhi as well. That's what I'm reading into this. Or they are busy with Juhi, or somehow Juhi is connected to the situation. I don't know that, but you're asking about Juhi. So my interpretation is that Juhi's somehow involved. And it could not be that there was anything going on with Juhi. It could just be that, they're trying to figure out their life, and they've got different people that, they hang out with or something, or interested in hanging out with. 6 of Pentacles. It shows charity, assistance, giving back, generosity in the future. And it's saying don't be proud to accept help from those that have none. And So in terms of this, if it's a relationship or whatever, I'm not going to read too much into it, but basically take help where it's given. So that could be in a relationship or a friendship, but it could also just be in work or whatever. And it's basically saying in the future is that whatever they give you, take it. Don't be afraid to take it. And that is in a relationship. So if you are asking about relationship, you didn't say specifically that you are, but in a relationship reading, this card comes up when the give and take. Is it a one-sided relationship? So I would definitely say avoid situations where you are giving too much, because that is my tendency. We give, and we don't get anything back, and we're the ones carrying and, oh, can you meet me here? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Don't do that, okay? Hard, do not do that. Hard, do not do that. And the reason is because the minute we start doing that, we become, we are acting from a position of chasing. We are acting from a position of we are not enough. We have to remember but at the same time, you know, we can take help when it's given. And if it's a two-sided thing, so if it's that we're giving feels great when we're not giving too much, when it's more balanced. And sometimes you have to figure out whether you're chasing them. Why didn't they want to meet? You can't always be the one asking them to meet. The important thing going forward is that only ask them to meet if they're going to keep hanging out. If they keep leaving you out to dry, don't keep contacting them. That would be my advice going forward, is that you can keep inviting them 2 or 3 times. No shoes off your back. They cancel 2 or 3 times, fine, you know? But don't ask them that 4th time. Don't ask them that 5th time. Realize that if they keep canceling, just let them be, you know, let them go off. That's my biggest advice. So we were just on, and Pearl, you're saying that sounds like what I do. So there you go. You're getting that card. If you have more in-depth reading, and if you're happy with this reading, I say pay $5 on PayPal, because we will do an even better darn job for you. So basically, as soon as you ask a question, you're at the top of the rack right now, because I think we're caught up. Are we caught up, or is there a queue?
We got a few. We got Keta and Jessica.
What?
We have Keta and Jessica.
Taylor and Jessica?
Keta.
Oh my God. I'm not here both in person. Wow. Last time we had Taylor, this time we have Jessica. What if I do Jessica and you do Keta? That's
what I'm doing.
Okay, she's doing Keta. I'll do Jessica, because you are my namesake. So there you go. Like, subscribe, everyone.
All right, Keta, what's your question? Will I get the house I put off on? All right. Cards are saying you're tired. All right. You put an offer out. Basically what these cards are saying, I'm going to go ahead and take these because it answers it perfectly. You're tired. You wanting this to go well for you. You put an offer out and you're waiting for a response. And what the cards are saying to do with the Hangman is to kind of surrender right now, and the fact that you won't know how the offer is going to go, that you don't know if you'll get it or not. And kind of be patient. Because with the Three of Wands here, you see the man kind of like looking out into the horizon. And so in this situation, I'm reading that as you waiting to hear news back about your offer. And the hangman advises you to just kind of hang tight and be patient for the results. So the tarot is not giving you a specific answer of if you'll get it or not, but it's giving you the advice that patience is what I guess they want you to do. So just hang tight. I hate when the tarot answers like that, because it's kind of like you're looking for a specific answer and it's like the cards show up and it's like, oh, well, be patient. All right, Jessica's next. What's your question, Jessica?
Damn, this is fast, Becky. This is what happens when you get subscribers up. All right, and did 62 of them just come tonight?
No. That means we got about...
And we haven't even started with the freaking hashtag. I kind of don't want to. I'm gonna be strung out here on tarot.
Strung out on tarot.
What is it? More money, more problems, more tarot, more problems. Can't keep up with the reading. Hey, anyone having not enough readings on your site, come to ours. We do the free ones. Yeah. I want you to know what Carlos thinks about me since our fallout. What do you think, Becky? I'm going to do the reading, but what's your gut telling me? Or what's my gut telling me?
Hold on, you got quiet again. Make sure to talk into the thing.
Here, do you want to call me on my other phone? That was the problem I was running into. It's on this phone. It like turns off.
Okay.
Here, I will turn this off for half a second and you call me on my other phone.
Or maybe I could try to call you on the phone and see if they could hear you.
No, just call me back on here and I'll answer on my other phone, okay?
All right.
Okay, 1 sec.
Yeah, just to warn you guys, I look like a mess. So just bear with me. Do. Why is it not showing up? Hold on, Taylor. I'll call you. Okay, now it's showing up. Okay.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so does that sound better?
A lot better.
Okay, yeah. See, for whatever reason, this phone, it's like a better phone, but it like, I don't know. It's just being dumb. It's just a dumb thing. Okay, I'll do a... You can still hear me, right?
Yeah. And Jessica?
I need to put Galaxy, not name dropping or anything, but Jessica, you're asking about past, present, and future. So I am going to do past, present, and future here. Because some of the readings deal specifically in the current, and then I resort to a different strategy, but we are on past, present, future, so we're going to do past, present, future. So we got the Star, Three of Swords, and Three of Pentacles. Do you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Star. The Star in the past position. So This is optimism, renewal, boundlessness, peace, astrology. It's constantly changing. So even though you had a fallout, it doesn't mean it's always going to be the case. Remember, nothing is for certain. I love that phrase because it's like, if there's anything the pandemic has taught us, it's that everything is temporary, right? One minute we've got a job, the next minute we're back in a different state. You know, one minute we've got a boyfriend, the next minute they've broken up with us. That's what
What are the cards?
Oh, you didn't hear. Okay, sorry. So the star,
Okay.
3 of swords and 3 of pentacles. So we had 2 3s there. So 3 of swords. So that's what we're. Three of Swords is about loss, sorrow, and betrayal. So it could be that they, and when I always say, I feel like I'm saying could be a lot, but what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't specifically mean that they betrayed you, for instance. It doesn't specifically say that. It's important not to get caught and think, it's important to keep an open mind. We have to be open-minded when it comes to these readings. Not like, oh, well, that one said this card was this, so therefore, no. That's not how tarot works. Tarot works because we are able to get a feeling of the card. It's a feeling-based thing. It's not like, it's not a, well, I did, you have to be reasonable. And so this is a betrayal card. Does that mean that they are betraying you right now? No, not necessarily. It doesn't mean they've betrayed you in the past. It doesn't mean that. But what it does mean is that loss and sorrow is happening. And that's what you are in the middle of, is a fallout. So I would say, Jessica, that don't take that in a betrayal way, because you're asking about a fallout and it's showing you loss.
Yeah. Basically, it's confirming what's already happened.
It's referring to the current situation, and there is a sorrow there. Anyone, if they're in a relationship and there's something not in a relationship, it's not like, oh, this is so great. Yeah, there's the perk of not having to be attached, but there's obviously, you're probably a great gal. So it's like, why would, he be like, oh, great, I'm so happy I'm single, No, people don't feel that way. There's a reason love is what it is, or attachment is what it is. And so he's most likely not feeling great, not feeling because of the fallout. You're probably not feeling great. He's probably not feeling great. You guys are both having a little problem. So then going forward, it's the 3 of Pentacles, and it's about project beginning. People are coming together to make something happen. So project manifesting, foundation, it doesn't mean necessarily a house, but there's a foundation of something. So it could mean that you're going back together. It could also mean that you are using what you learned from the fallout to build a better relationship or a better future with someone else. Either way you go, there are basically 2 options from here on out. You're either going to break up for good or you're going to get back together. Those are the 2 things I see happening. And Virgo seeming, the only thing I get from Virgo, and you can add to this, Becky, because I was with a Virgo, I believe Virgo. Okay. I'm bad at astrology. That being said, there is a seed of progress, and you're going to continue to grow. And if it's enlarged with your liner goes, persevere. Get back with him. If he's not for good, then break up with him. You're asking about him. That means your mind is on him. So I would say, as long as you know what you want, pursuing the right things towards your long-term goals, it's important to be keeping in mind what you want ultimately. What you want ultimately for most people is a long-term relationship with a partner that cares, not a fling. And I'm not saying that this guy is a fling. All I am saying is that you have to keep your sights on what is to come. And if he's not the one, or not even the one, but if he's not going to be there for the long term, what this reading is about is just letting go of him. If you feel like it is going, you are being drawn back to him and you miss him and stuff like that. I got back with the guy and I stayed with him for another year and a half after I broke up with him. So it's definitely possible to get back with someone. And, I would probably still be with him if so, that's life. You have to go with the punches. I hope that helps. Next.
Okay, Raid, let's see, asked for a general for the next month. I'm going to get a good shuffle on the cards here. General for next month.
Who are you on?
Raid.
Rain. So we got Deborah the model and Auntie.
Okay, I want to ask a question just because how the cards came up. Rain, is there any issues with fertility that you may be facing, or possibly an issue having to do with mothering, a mother figure, anything like that? None that you know of. Okay, let me think. Then I'm just going to take this as advice. If it's not a specific or particular situation, I'm going to take it as advice. Sometimes the Empress can show up when we need to take care of ourselves and need to nurture ourselves, mother ourselves, self-care. And the Hangman talks about surrendering to the circumstances in our life that's going on in the present time. So coming up is it's just advising to surrender to any hardships, because it looks like here this is a card about being tired, having fought long and hard, and you're tired, but you're still standing, right? You're still fighting. So this reading kind of talks about surrendering to the circumstances of hardships. And in hardships in life, anything that may come up that seems like a struggle or a fight, that we need to remember to take care of ourselves. So that's the advice for you right now, is kind of like get to a place of surrender, like that saying, give me the courage to accept what I can't change and to change what I can. And in the meantime, really start taking care of your own emotional needs and your own self-care at this time. I hope that resonated for you. Okay. We had a couple people come in. Let's see. Okay, Deborah's next.
Okay, so
And she wants a general reading.
So I got a new way to do it too, Becky. Is that I got to do it before. I'm going to do it before. I didn't do it that time because I ran into this thing over on this other thing. You guys are like, can you get your act together? But okay, so they went in general reading, so I'm going to do a 2-card here. Because this is dealing with specifically the present situation. I'm doing Deborah, by the way. This is Deborah. But what I'm going to do in the future, Becky, is I'm going to type the name with the cards, because this gets confusing when there's 200 people, right? So, but there's 2 cards here, King of Wands, and I'm going to start typing them in on the side so we know it, and 9 of Wands.
Okay, thank you.
So 2 wand cards, King of Wands and 9 of Wands here for Deborah. So I'm going to do like this. King and 9 of Wands. And then you can look on the side and see, oh, there we go. It just makes it easier for me. So, because I get a little confused too. It's like, which person are we on? So, yeah.
That works.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with ways to keep track when there's like thousands of people, you know?
And you
it's
said
like,
9 of Wands.
Okay. So authentic leader, passionate, charismatic, experienced, energetic, influential, proud, sexual. Person you know or will encounter at some point that's present or to call upon. A natural leader, decisive, courageous, and risks based on gut feeling. Excitement, competition, challenges, lust for life. Diverse group of people, not rigid in thinking and is receptive to different points of view. Knows himself well and is very authentic. Expresses his true nature. So this is coming up for your general reading. And I get the impression, Deborah, that you are very enthusiastic, caught up in the moment. But that's not altogether a bad thing. There are people that just wait and wait and wait, thinking that life's going to happen. Putts along, and they end up putty. You know, like in putty, you have to at some point take risks and know what you want and go for what you want. And if you are doing that, you are doing good things, because a lot of us are. At the same time, you got the 9 of Wands, which is wisdom and strength gained from experience. So you've learned from your mistakes and from your experiences, and they shape you, and they make you guarded, or more guarded, less foolhardy. And you got this in your general reading, which is significant because it could serve as a warning. It could be that you think you know what you expect and you have your defenses up. We learn from experience, but there's a possibility that things will turn out differently and that people will surprise us. And what that means by that is that, because combined with the King of Wands, it shows that sometimes it is better to take a chance. There's a phrase that I love. It's one of my favorite phrases ever. And it's take a risk or lose a chance. And I know that sounds very basic, but you know, a ship is safe at shore, but that's not what ships are built for. Sometime at some point, we have to take that risk. We have to take that leap. We have to cross the monkey bars. So this reading is basically telling you to cross the monkey bars, to leave the shore, to go for your dream. You may expect the worst, and you may end up with the worst. But at the end of the day, even if you end up with nothing, you will have lived. That's what life is about. To say, with all the broken bones and life and broken heartaches, you live, you learn. Love yourself enough to take that chance. Hope that helps. Your turn, Becky.
Okay. All right, Deborah. Did Deborah already drop her question?
We got 10 on here.
Oh, no, you
We've
just did,
been
Deborah,
streaming
aren't
100
you?
minutes. That's 1 a minute. I think we've gone through 10 already. Just
Oh,
about.
I missed MK. So it's So it's Auntie's next, then Johanna, then Fire, then NK, then Ruth. Okay,
We gotta start having a staff, Becky.
there we go.
Cassie!
Cassie, help us. Okay. Can I know what's headed towards me right now? I feel weird, like there's something I need to know is coming towards me. Okay, so let's ask, what does Auntie need to know? What does Auntie need to know?
Yes. Ask Ruth. Everyone ask if you haven't already asked.
Okay.
That way we can prep them.
Well, they're talking about love for one thing. Justice with the Two of Cups. Interesting. So what's coming up for you, Auntie, is that maybe meeting somebody, or if you've just met somebody, that some mutual feelings are going to come up for you. And also moving away from a bad situation. So it looks like this is a relationship spread, and that what they're talking about is you moving away from relationships that don't serve you, that are toxic, that are not for your highest good, and going towards relationships that are mutual, that provide you with compassion and support, as well as friendship. Okay? And justice kind of talks about, I read it this way, it's talking about like what the right course of action is. Sometimes it could talk about legal issues coming up, but I'm going to read it in the sense of, when you think of justice in the legal system, you think of what's right, what's wrong. And it would be advice to you to really think about your relationships and the people in your life right now. And, what side of the scale are these people contributing to? Are they contributing to the side of the scale that says this is not good for me? Are they contributing to the side of the scale that's saying mutual love and affection and support and friendship? So basically, the cards are asking you to move away from any relationship in your life, whether it be romantic or platonic friendship, whether it be family that doesn't serve you, that's full of conflict and drama, and to start going towards people who are supportive and caring and who are able to reciprocate. All right. I hope that resonated.
Thank you, Miss Becky. So, Joanna, we're getting you right now here, okay? And you are asking Taurus. Is this the same Joanna? Okay, yeah, Joanna. Taurus.
Joanna?
Now, Beck can add, but I'm doing a, by the way, you guys, I do a 2 or 3 for these basic readings, and it has nothing to do with the price, it has everything to do with based on where we are currently. I only do relationship spreads if we're going into in-depth reading because I'm not going to do 7 cards. But you are asking about current situation, and that has to do with a current 2 dynamic spread. It's not a 3 card spread because we're not going past, present, future. So I got you 2 cards, and you were asking right now. We don't care about the past. We care about right now, in this current moment. And a lot of times when you guys ask these things, it does, in that phrase, you're being specific enough. It shows integration. So these 2 cards are the World and Knight of Pentacles. Now, I've never gotten the World. I haven't been doing this that long. But it shows you some cards come up like literally every day. Like every minute even. And this one I haven't gotten that much. I've maybe gotten it once or twice, but I don't get it that much. Integration, completion, option, wholeness. So represents endings and new beginnings. You have learned the lessons. It's time to move on. It's time to move beyond thoughts of your personal quest on what you can offer. So what do you feel like your purpose is? That's an important thing to answer here. What do they feel for you? That's important. But also keep in mind, what do you want to live? How do you want to live? What do you want to achieve? What are you about? There's a balance here. In order to feel whole, we can't lose ourselves in a person. And that's what that card is saying. Knight of Pentacles, loyal, dependable, practical, hardworking, cautious. Cautious, slow moving, dependable. He is a loyal and reliable friend. Therefore, this card is basically saying that they they give you advice, but they complete you. They offer something to your life. They are loyal in a friend sense, at least. You said my Taurus, so therefore he is. So it shows that he cares about you, I would say. So I'm definitely getting a feeling from these 2 cards that this is someone that values you in some way. I don't want to say enough. I don't want to say not enough. I want to say they value you in some way. They are your a slow-moving, dependable person. They may not be perfect. They may not be the one for you, but Taurus sends that impression. So yes, thank you. You're welcome. We go forward with yes, and I'm going to do the next one too because it is fire. Now that's the problem when it goes up. Fire. Oh yes, Brandon. Yes, thank you for texting and liking. Everyone who does that gets a special place in my book, okay? Because we only live on subscribers. Like, we are not, everyone is pressed right now. We are especially pressed. I lost my job, and it was a pretty good paid position. So I appreciate everyone right now who does an in-depth reading, and I will gladly do you an in-depth reading. So then you're like, why are we doing a free night? Well, because we love you, and I'm trying to get heart. You do what you love. I could be sitting here right now and I could be watching a TV show, but I am doing tarot readings for free. So it shows that I am giving to people because I like helping. Yes, thank you, MK. So I am giving to the fire reading right now, and I did you a 3 card, and it's because you are asking about Brandon, and you're not asking about current situation. You're asking about person, and that would either do best in a 3 card or a relationship spread. If you want an in-depth relationship spread, yeah, I will do that. But basically, the important thing to remember is The important thing to remember here is that regardless of what is happening, I want you to not lose yourself over a guy, because I've done that before. And the Four of Cards is showing withdrawal, distraction, boredom, daydreaming. And you know that you are losing yourself when you don't have to be absorbed in apathy that you refuse to see emotional offer. There's sometimes a need to withdraw, but you can't get stuck in it. And sometimes we pull, and we get stuck. And here it's saying, don't get stuck. Try to be open to Brandon, despite whatever problems we have had in the past with guys, or life. Seven of Pentacles, pause and assessment. You've been working on some projects, so you're talking about Brandon here. So how have you been sidetracked? How you are not bad. This is assessment, patience, trial, and error. How have you learned from this relationship? It's really testing you in some way. But we learn from the trial and error. That's the only way to learn. Life isn't lived in reverse. We're good at judging ourselves in reverse, but there was only one chance to live that life. There are no do-overs. No, it's not a dress rehearsal. We only get one chance, and we are learning from our relationships. And whatever happened with you and Brandon, that you're here asking these questions, know that they happen for. It's not everything happens for reasons, but things have a way of working themselves out. That I 100% agree. I'm not going to say every exact little thing had a purpose, but it shapes who we are. And we can't go back and we can't change it. No regrets. And so here in this instance, Brandon and you are in the situation you are in. It is up to you to look at the world in the future. And the world just came up yet again. There are new beginnings. The future is the world. You've got the world before you. Do not let whatever's going on with you, Brandon, he may not be the forever guy, okay? Hate to break it. But at the same time, he could be. He could be. And there is a new beginning. And I want you to be open to the universe. I want you to see what the universe is saying. And you will get a feel. If you trust your gut, you will know if he's the one. Over time, you're not going to know that right away. You're not going to know what he feels about you right away. Only time will tell. So you got to be open to that time, and you got to trust your gut, and you got to wait. Okay. And I hate to break it short, but you can pay $5 and I'll do more for you. Okay.
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 So,
because we are doing a free night tonight, so we love you guys.
all right, Fire, you're up. What's your question? Or you just did Fire?
Oh, I did not do Fire. Your turn. Oh, wait, did I do Fire?
I thought you were doing Joanna.
Yes, I did Fire. Sorry, that was their name. Okay, the one after Fire. Who's after Fire?
Okay.
MK. And then I'll do Ruth.
Okay. Okay, MK. I would like to know what Mike's feelings and thoughts after the last chat we had. Thank you. I appreciate energy so much. First time here. Well, welcome. Okay, so what we're asking, basically how Mike feels after a chat that you had. Okay. So he's not feeling anything bad. He's feeling that you have a very nurturing and caring, empathetic side to you. For a man's feeling towards a woman, if you're a woman, assuming that when a man feels the Empress for a woman, he sees her as possibly being able to be a good mother. So he sees you in a very like feminine light. Like what a man is attracted to, the femininity in a woman is basically where he's feeling towards you. Whatever the situation was, whatever the chat that you guys had, he is feeling tired and just feeling like, you know, he's been battling on and he's like still going, but he's just tired, if that makes any sense. Like he's been fighting long and hard and he's still going. And the King of Wands for feelings that a guy would have towards somebody is that he feels like his feelings for you are passionate, steamy, they're sexual. Um, so yeah, that's kind of funny with the Empress. I would say he wants to knock you up. Little joke there, but kind of not really. He wants to knock you up. Kind of joking, but not really. Kidding, just kidding, not really. All right. Who was after MK?
I think we're on Ruth. Now we just gotta find what Ruth asked. What did Ruth ask? Gosh. LOL, she says. Yeah, LOL's right. What the hell did you ask? No, B. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do it over here, Becky. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this every time. If I don't do this, I'm gonna drive myself crazy. What does so-and-so think about me? What does so-and-so? Good luck trying to get the name straight when we got 20 guys being asked about. I wish all the guys would come in here and just like line up in a line and we could say, oh, that one. No. Okay. Here we go. MK is done. We got draw. So I'm going to write the 3 cards for Ruth right here.
All right. Did you already get her question, or because I don't see?
No, Ruth is right here. So we got the King of Cups.
Okay.
And the King of Cups, 4 of Swords, and Magician. If I don't do that, I'm going to drive myself crazy. Okay.
Wait, King of Cups, 4 swords. Okay.
I'm going to do that from now on. And she did it again. Ruth, I love you. Okay, I love you from afar. You're my sister from another mister. Okay, there we go. So. Knock you out in a good way. Okay, so the King of Cups is what's in the past is affecting you. Father. So I see a father here. So your father is coming forward. He may seem attached, but it's only because he's calm and mature. He's a guy. He's always going to be calm and detached. Let's face it. 4 of Swords is your current. It's time for a break. You've had a hard time working through a problem. When you retreat to a quiet place. So basically it's saying that he's thinking, he's reflecting. And the future is the Magician. You have the potential to make things happen. Personal power, intention, will, resourcefulness. So you have the potential to make things happen. So I would say go for it with him. I would say my gut is telling me take advantage of the opportunity with him.
If you are seeing him officially, go for it. When your actions are aligned with your intentions, real magic occurs. That is what the magician is all about. The only way for magic to happen is for you to meet him there. You have to meet him halfway. You have to, if he's not going to budge because he's a guy and he's like having cold feet, you at some point have to say, well, do you like me? Do you think I'm not really getting a clear feeling here? You know, you guys have to talk about it. You have to work it out. And if the answer is no, then at least you will have known, right? You're not going to waste your time sitting around. Does this guy like me? Does he not like me? Communication. There we go. All right, next.
Hold on. All right, is Marilyn still here? Marilyn, if you're still here, drop your question. You're welcome, Ruth. All right. All right, Karina. Karina, are you still here? Wait a few moments.
I love Green Knight so much, I have to say, to be honest.
I'm gonna take a little break while we're waiting to see if some of these people are here. Stretch. Drink. All right. Happy life. Go ahead and drop your question and then hope you're after happy life. Happy life and hope.
You guys have fun? Is it my turn?
See, you'll be after hope.
Is it my turn?
No, a bunch of people came and then left, I guess. So I'm trying to figure out who's here and who's not. All right, Hope, go ahead and ask your question. I guess Happy Life isn't with us anymore. And then after that's going to be NC. see it. Does my crush Bryson also like me back? Is he angry at you about something? Or is there any need for him to feel like defensive? And it seems like he's not seeing something clearly. Okay. With the Seven of Wands, it's talking about being defensive about something. So, in the Seven of Cups kind of talks about like a dream state, an altered reality, like not seeing things as they really are. So whatever he's feeling in terms of feeling defensive about something, he's not seeing some kind of situation clearly. And then on the flip side here, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. And having two pentacles in a row tells me that he has a focus on building his financial estate, is increasing his finances, that's where some of his focus is. But in terms of how he feels about you, he would feel that he wants to be able to provide. So that's usually where a man's mind goes towards, about like when it comes to analyzing whether they like a woman or not. Will I be able to provide for her, is kind of what these two cards are saying here. The Ace of Pentacles can sometimes show up when perhaps that they want to give somebody a gift or offer something to somebody. So it's not saying clearly whether he has a crush on you as well, but it is saying that there is possibly sparked interest, or that it has crossed his mind on whether or not he would be able to provide for you, if that makes any sense. Hi, Sunlight. I would say don't give up hope. Maybe give it time.
Who's next?
Don't give up hope. Give it time, because if he is thinking of that initial, am I able to provide for her, whether or not he's sure on his feelings or not, that's still like the beginning seeds are in his head kind of thing. So just
So he's asking two different questions?
All right. What? Taylor?
Or is she asking two different questions?
No. I was just answering or trying to explain that better.
Okay. So whose turn is it?
Id C.
Who?
Id C.
NG.
C. It's Sunlight.
Okay, where's the question? NC.
Drop your question, hun.
We're waiting. I'll do Sunlight since they've asked a question.
Well, NC's
Or have they?
next. You don't want to skip people, man.
I know, but I'm just waiting. They haven't asked. I guess I'll wait for them to ask.
Yeah, guys, drop your questions. Taylor.
Okay. They asked.
Yeah.
Okay. May I ask how will it be with South Carolina and I reunite? I swear this guy was here the other night, right? North Carolina and South Carolina.
I think so. That's okay.
I swear those are like code words for North Carolina and South Carolina or something. Okay. So for that, this is a future. How long will it be? So I'm going to do a 2 card here, basically because I'm running out of breath. To be honest, I think I've been doing a pretty good job tonight, Becky. We upped the subscribers like 2 or 3.
That's good.
Please like and subscribe, you people, because if you want to know about the free night, this is the only way to do it. I trust you. Because otherwise you're going to be on here every night of the week and it's not going to be a free night and I'm going to be like, told you so. So really listen right now because you will get the updates if you subscribe. And it's not like we send out a bunch of spam or anything. So that's the way to do it. So I'm going to do 2 cards. And basically that's going to tell you about when South Carolina and North Carolina are going to join states, you know. So the devil came up. So there's a restriction and commitment and limitations there. But, you know, sometimes your higher self is connected from your spirit. We deceive ourselves. Maybe you're not going to reunite. That's usually what the devil's kind of like the devil's in the details. And what that means is, you know, sometimes there's a reason you're apart. Sometimes things aren't meant to be. Sometimes there's 2 sides to it. Sometimes you might get back together and realize, well, there was a reason we separated, you know? So just be open to that. At the same time, 9 of Wands is the guarded card. And so it honestly says the exact opposite thing. So it's like, maybe you're apart for a reason, but at the same time, you may have learned something from it. And if you're separated by distance, I would say definitely don't let that defy your true feelings. And what I mean by that is 2 people can be separated by distance. I'm currently talking to someone who's not with me, but sometimes that's for the best. It helps you work on yourself, helps you build the relationship. And I would say be open to the you might have your defenses up a bit and don't do that. Don't stop yourself. Let it go. Let it go freely. Okay. Hope that helps. Next, Becky.
All right. I think sunlight was next. What's coming towards me in love? I'm gonna get a good shuffle here. What's coming towards sunlight and love? Stop, go. That's the first thing I think of when I see that. Stop and go. Okay. Your cards: the 8 of Cups, the Chariot, and 3 of Wands. What I see coming up for you in terms of love is there is a situation that you need to walk away from. Whether that be you're still attached to someone or a situation has become toxic, just something that you need to move on from and to let go and to chart new territory. And that's kind of what comes up with the Chariot, talks about charting new territory and seeing what's out there with the Three of Wands. So let's see. I'm going to look something up for you.
Becky,
What?
is it my turn?
No.
Okay.
If you were paying attention, you would know this. Asshole.
Becky, I am paying attention.
No, obviously you're not.
What?
I'm in the middle of a reading. Okay. Asshole.
The problem is I put it down because I have to do something with something else. And then I bring that. Never mind.
Anyways, the Chariot in 11 relationships. Chariot suggests that you need to conquer your emotions in order to have a successful relationship. If you and your partner have been going through a rough patch, you will need to come together, communicate, and work hard. But in this instance, if you've been having a rough patch with somebody, don't come together because you got the Eight of Cups. So it talks about you need to conquer your emotions in order to have a successful relationship. So in terms of love, you need to walk away from whatever this situation is in your life, and you need to start being really honest with yourself about your emotions and resolving them. They just require some hard work and focus to resolve them. Okay. If you or your partner has anxiety issues, it is crucial to get those under control, as the tarot also represents the need to balance the mind and the heart to be successful. Okay.
I feel like the queue is just growing and growing out the wazoo.
Uh-oh. The Chariot is an indication that your past relationships...
There's only 5 now. Yay! Wait.
The Chariot is an indication that your past relationships have led you battle weary. And it signifies that you can overcome the pain of your past and move forward in your love life. Okay, let's get some more clarity on the Three of Wands. Questions about love. It could represent moving abroad or traveling to foreign lands. So you, or if you're with somebody, maybe traveling or moving abroad together. It can also signify long distance relationship. If you're single, the Three of Wands indicates that you'll be enjoying the freedom of being single, and I think that fits more accurately with this reading because it's talking about you need to walk away from love right now, go within, deal with your emotions, and you need to start enjoying the freedom of being single and experiencing life and spreading your wings. So yeah, it sounds like nothing's going to come up for you in love, but they're advising you to really go within and heal, maybe do some traveling, maybe get in touch with falling in love with yourself and living life single for the time being. All right. And now, since there's a lot of people, try to see where we are. Bernard was next, Taylor.
Okay. That's the fact.
Bernard wants to know what's coming for them in love.
But Bernard is ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Bernard,
I'm going to do a LGBTQ reading for you. I mean that in a good way. I'm very friendly. Of the community. P.S. If you're a bigot, you can bigot off.
You can
No.
bring it off, right?
There are plenty other channels for you to spread hate on, trust me. There we go. Right, Becky?
Yeah.
Just getting that out there. For all you gay people, come to my site. Okay. So there we go. Gay male reading. Okay. I am going to do a 2-card here because there's 2 sides to every coin. 2 sides to every coin, 2 sides to every story, and 2 people in this relationship. I'm betting, unless it's polyamorous. Okay, there we go. I'm just being funny. This is me trying to be entertaining because I know some of you watch it for the tarot. I know some of you watch it because you want to have a good time. I know I do it for both. So there we go. And it's important to remember that you can do a more in-depth reading. I could do 3 cards and I can do 7 cards. And basically the rest of the night, I will do, if you want that full reading, I will do it for $10 and I will do it past, present, future for $5 tonight. Okay? But I'm giving you the 2 of Wands, and that is the question of you have the power to choose. You are a creative force. So these are your cards, Bernard, and I am making myself do this. This is a new thing I am doing. I am always going to put them over on the side from now on because I want everyone to clearly see that I am not, and the 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups
2
is
of Wands
basically
and the 6 of Cups.
carrying nostalgia,
Okay.
memories, childhood. In the 2 card, it doesn't really matter order as much. So these can be viewed as just tangent. And friendliness, innocence, childhood. You have to be thankful for small gestures and see each day of opportunity. So what that means is not every day is going to lead to be a lasting relationship, and not every guy is. But you have to learn something. You may be thinking of your past. What lesson is relevant? Authenticity is key. You have to look where you come from. You're not stuck with only one option. He's not the only fish in the sea. There are lots of guys, a lot of men out there, trust me. But at the same time, be true to yourself. If you think he's one, then you have the power to create that destiny. Only you. If he's not the one, move on. It's time to move on if he's not. Maybe try to be vocal about it. What are you really looking for? Are you looking for a relationship? If you're looking for a relationship, make sure he is too. That's what I would say to do. Hope that helps. If you want a more in-depth reading, just pay $5 at RevJar, PayPal, right there. Thanks.
Okay. And that was Bernard, right?
Yeah, Bernard's all done.
All right, Heart. Wanted to ask if Jay still loves me, and will he reach out to me soon? All right. It doesn't say. Interesting. 2 cards that we had for another love reading came up for this love reading. So that's very interesting. I'm going to add the bottom of the deck. Okay. Let's kind of squish those together. All right. So with the Ace of Cups, I would say that yes, the loving feelings are there. But what's on his mind, he does have passionate feelings for you as well. Right now, he's feeling sexual towards you with the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is my Venus card because it looks like an erect penis. And when asking about how a man feels about you, if you get the Ace of Wands, erection, I want to bone you. But that's not the only thing on his mind. He, with the the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, talks about being able to provide, being able to give to a woman. So is he able to do his manly duty of being a provider? So I would say that yes, there are feelings there, but he's also in the stages of, do I want to provide to her? Do I want to be that for her? Um, like the initial thought is there. So I would say that's pretty good. I would say yes. All right. You still with us, Taylor? Red Moon is next. Red Moon, what's your question? And excuse my co-host, she's kind of ADHD, so when she comes back to like paying attention, she'll answer. She doesn't even know I'm saying this about her. Like, she's not even paying attention. Taylor is a big butthole. A big stinky butthole. She don't pay attention to nothing. She's having an ADHD moment. Come back to us, Taylor. Taylor.
Is it my turn?
Were you not paying attention again?
Huh?
Were you not paying attention again?
No, it's just because I'm decorating. Like, there's time in here. I'm getting my room all nice and pretty.
It is your turn.
Who's on board? Red Moon?
Yes, Red Moon.
What?
It's Red Moon and then Pamela. Yeah, you'll be next.
Red Moon is your turn?
Yeah, she dropped her question.
Okay. So, Red Moon, I'm doing a new thing tonight. This is the first time I'm doing this. I'm going to do 237 because I really want to do a $10 reading and I really want to get $5 tonight because I've been doing this all night. But if you don't want an in-depth reading, that's okay. I'll give you 2 cards, okay? So we're going to do a 2 card. So we have so this is Red Moon. Strength and Magician. So strength is instinctive drive, inner strength, survival courage. You may have pushed away your animalistic desires, but you have to work on that side of yourself. So be open to being a full person. This card basically says. It says pull within, but don't worry, you're not giving up that side of yourself. You're only taming it. So when you're asking about the scholarship, I would say we're not answering the true question. What we're really answering is, do you want to go? Even if you're selected, there's a reason you selected, and it's probably because you like that sense of adventure. And this card is saying that, yeah, that's a good side of you. But you have the potential to make things happen. if you've put in everything you need to meet the goals of the scholarship, then do that. But at the same time, if there's still something you can do to get that scholarship, I would say to do that. You have to put that. You have to be the magician. The universe doesn't happen that just, magic things. Once in a while we win the lottery, but often we have to put in the work. So if you have work to do, put in that work right now. That's what that card is saying. That's what this reading is saying. That's what I would say. The only way we get scholarships is by putting in the work. Put in the work. Your turn, Becky.
Okay. So who's next? Okay. All right, Pamela, what's your question, hon? Pamela, ask your question. All right. How does Pisces feel about kids? How does Pisces feel about kids? Okay, for feelings. This says that he views you as wish fulfillment, but it can also mean that they see you as somebody who can have a good time, like in a party sense. Um, so he thinks you're wish fulfillment and that you're somebody he could have a good time with. And the King of Wands talks about feeling fiery, passionate, sexual towards somebody. So feelings of passion and happiness and energetic, sexual feelings. He has sexual feelings for you. The Eight of Wands usually tells me, I usually see that as somebody who wants to communicate. They want to come in fast with messages. So maybe he wants to talk to you. And the Hierophant tells me that he may have feelings of like, would a relationship with you be socially acceptable? Because the Hierophant talks about socially acceptable constructs, like in terms of love, is the two people from different backgrounds, different social classes. Like, the questions on his mind, are you the kind of girl that he can bring home to mother? So he's married. Oh, yep. See, Tarot told on you. I would say if he's married, it doesn't matter how he feels about you. I would stay away from him. But the cards are saying he does want to have sex with you. So, and he thinks that you would be a good time for him. Well, then you need to tell him, end it, and then you could have a good time with me. So I'd be careful. I would be careful if I were you. But yeah, he has sexual feelings for you, definitely. And that is on his mind. Well, that's good. Okay, and with that being said, I'm going to take a little break and get something to eat. And Taylor's going to read whoever comes in next. So if anybody else would like a second reading where we've read you already tonight, but you would like to ask another question, that would be $5. Or if you want an in-depth reading, that'll be $10. In-depth readings are usually $20, but tonight we're doing a special of 10. So with that being said, I will be right back.
Becky, you ready? Dexter. Becky? Becky? Becky. Are you doing a second reading, Gracie? Becky? Becky? Who's next? I don't know. Breezy? Okay. I'm going to do Queen Bee. I'm going to do your reading. Basically, you're looking for a love reading. Okay. And
I am doing, normally I would do a past, present, future, but tonight's a special night and we're doing it for free. So I do 2 cards on the free night for readings. If you would like a 3-card reading, it's $5. And that would do a past, present, future. I will also do a whole relationship spread for $10. I highly recommend one of those if you're really interesting. But since you're saying the next few days, I'm going to do a 2-card. And this will give you for the next few days, okay? And then you can come back and do a $5 reading on that day if you'd like. But this will buy you a few days, okay? So Ace of Swords and King of Pentacles. And Ace of Swords says, there may be a problem to solve which will lead to personal growth. You will get so you might have some personal growth in the next 2 days, a new truth. You may gain fresh perspective. An opportunity to develop will occur. And then there's also the King of Pentacles. And so I'm going to type them out always like this. And so King of Pentacles is saying that you will encounter some aspect upon yourself. So it's basically saying the same sort of thing, that you are going to discover something in the next few days. So this is basically referring to something practical, materialistic, but the important thing is that they're connected and that you're going to kind of figure something out. So I'd say pay attention to the universe, go within, be open to what that truth is. But I have a feeling you may be hinting at it already because you're asking about the next few days. So why are you asking now? Why are you not asking, do you do this every day? No, you don't. You came on here for a reason. Why is that reason? That will get you to the truth. So go within, try to figure it out, okay? Thanks.
Okay. Taylor.
Yeah, I just did that one. I just did Queen Bee, and now we are on Breezy. Did Breezy pay you yet? Are you there, Becky?
Breezy was like one of the first that.
Yeah. So I told Breezy that Breezy had to pay $5. I said, Breezy, pay $5 for in-depth.
No, for additional.
Yeah.
Breezy.
Oh, well, did you pay twice, Breezy? Do you have 2 payments for Breezy, or?
The beginning.
Breezy, if you want another reading, it's 2 for $5 or one free.
Taylor.
What?
She was asking about her free reading, which she was one of the very first people that we read for.
I'm pretty sure we read one.
That's what I'm talking about, Taylor.
Yeah, well, yeah. Do you want me to do another free one? Pay $5. I'll do your reading. I feel like I already did that. Wasn't that the one I did?
Taylor.
What?
What I'm telling her is that she was one of the first people we read for, and so she can rewind.
Yeah. So you're about to read the video again.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
First reading, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, rewind it.
Go find it. Go find it, B. No, I'm just kidding. We joke, we kid. It's all fun and games till someone gets offended. Oh no! Ah! Trigger.
I feel like shit. I'm gonna call it a night. Right.
Who's on deck? What's on second?
I'm gonna call it a night.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know where you went to. You disappeared, so I was like, okay, I guess she's taking a break or something.
Yeah.
You'll hear that on the tape. If you ever replay it, I'm probably like, Becky.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Did you have a good time? I feel like we did a good job tonight.
Yeah, I had a good time. We
didn't get that many subscribers, but I think the main thing is we're making people come, even if they don't choose to subscribe. They're going to eventually. It's not a popularity contest.
I'm just feeling really like discouraged right now.
Because of that lady. It's because of that lady. But you don't let her get to you, Becky. We're going to be back on Friday. Okay, got a couple days rest, and we'll be back on Friday. And we'll have a great Friday night, and it's all going to be paid that night. Friday night, Saturday, or pay nights. Try to, right?
I don't know.
I think this is a good system. We do 1 free night a week, 2 paid nights in the next 2 months. And then
nobody's going to come in for the paid readings.
Well, we're not really going for that now, though. Well, we could do 2 free nights if you prefer 2 free nights.
I don't know. I'm just really feeling shitty
We
right
could
now.
do 3 nights this month and then 1 free night next month. We could do that. This week, just finish up this week. Do free on Saturday too, if you want. I think that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, let's do paid on Friday, though. Okay? Do you agree? Friday, I think, is the best night.
Okay.
Okay, so see you Friday. We'll do it Friday, okay? All right. You have a good night, Becky. You can message me, okay? I'm here.